Hi, I'm Joseph Crudup, and welcome to my storybook. Hi, this is Joseph Crudup, and welcome to my storybook. Today, reading the book called Little Rhino. This is the part 5 of this book, and last time I have read chapter 7 and chapter 8 in this book. Fourth part, I mean, that's the fourth part of this book that I call Little Water. Today is the part 5 in this book that I'm going to be reading, chapter 9 and chapter 10 in this book. Here it goes. Chapter 9, PB&J every day. Rhino and Cooper wore their new baseball caps to school the next day. They weren't allowed to wear them during class. Rhino kept his in his desk. He picked at it every few minutes between classes. He ran his fingers over the big white Mr. Mustangs. Rhino whispered to Cooper. Cooper gave him a thumbs up and said the same thing. What did you bring for lunch? Cooper said as they headed towards the cafeteria. Same as always, Rhino said. Peanut butter and jelly, barbecue chips, and apple. Don't you get bored with the same lunch every day? Ronald laughed. I could eat in 3 minutes, 3 times a day, every day, except pizza day. Ronald headed straight for the dinosaur table. Cooper stayed back, but Ronald waved him over. Just below sir, Ronald said, recalling what CJ had said about him. You know plenty about dinosaurs to speak of. Cooper followed, but he followed Ronald to the dinosaur table. Today the talk was about tax rats, T-rats again. No one got no one ever got tired of talking about the giant meat and eaters. T-rats was the most feared dinosaur. Ronald listened, but he didn't say anything yet. He took small bites of his sandwiches. He wanted to make it last. He was very hungry today. He wishes he had too. I wouldn't be scared of T-rats, said the boy with red hair. Sure you wouldn't, Bella said. You run faster than a deep if you saw one. I don't think that was tough or not so tough, the red-haired boy said. I hope they might have been screnoviruses. They just ate animals that were already dead, like vultures they'll do now. Ronald had heard that idea, but he was quite sure T-Rex was a predator. They hunted other dinosaurs. They couldn't kill a sauropod. The boy said those things were way too big. There were plenty of smaller dinosaurs, Bella said, and beasts like T-Rex have lots of animals to prey on. Like what? The boy asked. He was ready to argue. Ronald looked across the table. I bet Cooper knows. Cooper winced, but Ronald knew he had the answer. Everyone was looking at Cooper. Cooper swallowed it hard. He took a sip of milk and kept looking down. But then he spoke. There were lots of duckbills with T-Rex left. Cooper said there were gentile plant eaters, and they were a lot smaller than the giant superpods. So what? Says the redhead. They would have made nice meals for our T-Rex. Cooper said. He finally looked up. He had a small smile on his lips, a tasty snack. Cooper took the last bite of his sandwich and smacked his lips. Ronald and Bella laughed. Look who finally found his voice, said the girl with black bows. She pointed at Cooper and smiled. Nice to see nice to see that you're awake. Cooper blustered. The other killed him a bit. Too, I thought you were under special orders to stay quiet. The red-haired boy said, "Welcome to the world, tacos." Wanda reached over and smacked hands with Cooper. He was happy for his friend and could tell that all the testing was good nature. So why did some dinosaurs have bills? Anyway, Bella asked. Seems like a strange thing to have on your face. Wanda knew the answer. They were very tough plants, he said. The bills were like hard bakes for chewing. Bella picked up a hunk of bread from her plate. I can lose one of those today, she said. This world is stale. This world is stale enough to break a tooth. The lunch period ended. Let's turn out. Let's talk about Triceratops, said girl with the birds. Ronald didn't know much about Triceratops. He'll be sure to study his dinosaur book. He needed to learn as many facts as he could. He and Cooper will both have plenty to say next time. Chapter 10. Game time. Ronald woke up early on Saturday. He hurried downstairs and ate a big bowl of cereal and an orange. Then he carefully unfolded his New Jersey and held it up. The big sets and the royal mustangs made him proud. He put on his uniform pants and socks, the jersey, and the cap. He liked how he looked in the mirror. Grandpa laughed when he saw Wanda all certain up. The game doesn't start for 3 hours, he said. I wish I could make it get here sooner, Wanda said. Can we practice? Sure, Grandpa replied. He set down his coffee cup, but pouring a dip is short for now. It's still a little wet out there. The sun was out and there was little chance of rain, but the grass was damp. Wanda went onto the lawn. He did twin jumping jacks. Let's not overdo it, Grandpa. Let's not overdo it. Grandpa smiled as he tosses the ball. Save your energy for the game. We just run it a little. Wanda had never been more excited about anything. His first game, even though it was just a practice game, it was a big deal. He could practice. He could picture himself walking into a major league stadium. They threw the ball back and forth for a while. Wanda knew that two other teams would be having a practice game before the Mustangs playing. Can we go early to watch? He'd asked. Yes, but it's too soon yet, Grandpa said. Why don't you read for a half hour? Ronald read about Tarkus. He read about Mars and Venus. He even read about football, but his mind kept turning to the baseball game. Would he make another great catch? Would he strike out? Would Dylan be a bigger pain than ever? It seems to take forever, but finally they drove to the field. Teams in yellow shorts and purple shorts were finishing their game. Rhino saw one of his teammates gathering in the bleachers. When their time came, the Mustangs finally closed way onto the field. It felt very different than a practice session. The bleachers were full of pulsers. The bleachers were full of parents, and three impalers in blue and gray uniforms were waiting. The base paths had been rinked, and home plate was shining clean. The grass had been cut and it smelled fresh. Most important of all, another team was on the field. The Tigers had orange jerseys and black caps. Rhino recognized a few of the players from school that were good athletes, strong and fast. Rhino and Cooper began tossing a ball back and forth. Their teammates broke into pals and did the same. As usual, Dylan arrived late, climbing over the fence in a white field and still entering through the gate. He went over and picked up the ball. He threw it into the air and caught it. Cooper's next throw was high, and Rhino had to jump to grab it. He glanced over at Dylan, who was still having a catch by himself. Rhino gripping the ball tight. Then he threw it back to Cooper. Rhino kept looking at Dylan. No one had asked him to join their pal. Hey, Dylan, Rhino said. He didn't say it in a friendly way. He just wanted to get Dylan's attention. Dylan looked over and scored. What? He said. Rhino threw him the ball. Catch. Dylan looked surprised. He caught the ball and threw it back to Rhino. Rhino threw it to Cooper, and Cooper threw it to Dylan. They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything more. Ronald, Cooper, and Dylan continued their three-way catch until Coach called everyone to, to the dugout. Why did you do that? Cooper asked as he called up to Ronald. Ronald shrugged. He needed to warm up too. Ronald didn't like to admit it, but Dylan was a part of their team. They were all on the same side today. He was okay when we let him in. Ronald said he wasn't pairing up with anybody, and he just doesn't know how to make friends. And so this book is on chapter 9 and chapter 10 tomorrow of the final part 6 of this book called Little Rhino. I will be reading chapter 11 and chapter 12 of this book called Little Rhino. Until then, take care of yourself and God bless. And I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care and be blessed.